Good morning, students. Class 12th, chapter number 5, lecture 14, homework solution. So, I'm going to discuss 4 questions from your homework part, questions 17, 18, 19 and 21. And one more question, which is question number 16, which is also an important question. So, let us start with question number 16 only. In question number 16, we have been given cos of y equals x times cos of a plus y, and we have to prove dy by dx equals cos square a plus y divided by sin a. So as you see, cos square a plus y is there, that we can get if use the quotient rule. Just to see here, one way to solve is x equals cos of y divided with cos of a plus y, right? We can use this. Now we'll differentiate both the sides with respect to x. X differentiation will be 1 equals, here we are going to use quotient rule considering cos of y as u and cos of a plus y as v. So what we will have in the denominator as, we will have it cos square a plus y, which is v square. Now v as it is, differentiation of cos y is minus sin y, and of y the differentiation will be dy by dx, minus cos y as it is, differentiation of cos of a plus y is minus sin, which will make it plus a plus y, and a plus y differentiation is dy by dx only, right? Now we'll multiply both the side of the equation with cos square a plus y. Here in the numerator we can take dy by dx common, and in the bracket we can write, I'm writing the positive term first, so I can write sin of a plus y into cos y minus this term cos of a plus y into sin y. So observe carefully, this is a formula sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. It is sin of a minus b. So dy by dx into sin a minus b, right? Y and y getting cancelled, we're just left with sin a, and here we have cos square a plus y. So from here we can say dy by dx is equal to cos square a plus y divided by sin of a. This is what we had to prove, and we are all done with it. Clear? Let us go to another question. Question number 17. Question number 17, quite easy to do, where x is given, y is given, we have to find the second order derivative. But here one thing is to notice, and which is very important, and most of the students commit mistake there. So I am solving it, just look carefully. First of all, you will differentiate this with respect to t. We will get dx by dt equal to a as it is, differentiation of cos t minus sin t, and in t sin t we will use product rule. T as it is, differentiation of sin t is cos t, plus sin t as it is, differentiation of t is 1. Sin t and sin t getting cancelled, we have at cos t. Fine. Let us find dy by dt. Y is given to us. A as it is, differentiation of sin t is cos t, minus t cos t, we will use quotient rule. First of all, t as it is, differentiation of cos t is minus sin t, plus cos t as it is, differentiation of t is 1. Solving it, we have a into cos t, minus and minus will become plus, plus t sin t. Because outside the bracket there is minus sign, it will become minus cos t. You see, cos t and cos t getting cancelled, we have at sin t. To find dy by dx, it is dy by dt. To find dy by dx, we will do what? Dy by dt divided by dx by dt. Dy by dt is at sin t divided with at cos t, which is dx by dt. Cancelling this, we get the answer as 10t. Now we have to, what we have got? Dy by dx. Now to find this, we have to differentiate this equation with respect to x. So we will write dy by dx of dy by dx equals dy by dx of 10t. Here we will get d square y by dx square equals tan t differentiation will be secant square t into of t we will get dt by dx. Now you see carefully, dx by dt is at into cos t, but we have dt by dx, that means we have to take its reciprocal and we will get the value of dt by dx. So secant square t into dt by dx can be written as 1 upon at cos of t, and we can write it as 1 upon at into 1 upon cos t secant t. Already secant square t is in the numerator, so we will get secant cube t divided by at. So this is how you are going to solve question number 17. Now what is the mistake that I was talking of? Students do for tan t and forget to do for again t, which is to be written as dt by dx. And when you find dy by dx, now you will not differentiate with respect to t. We are going to differentiate with respect to x because we need d square y upon dx square. Also dt by dx will be calculated by just taking the reciprocal of it. Right, so this is how you're going to put the values and solve the questions like this. Now I'm going to discuss another question, which is question number 18. In question number 18, f of x is given as modulus of x cube. We have to show f double dash, that means the second order derivative of x exists for all real x, and find it. So first of all, we break the modulus function, right? So it will be for all greater than equal to 0, the values of x, it will be plus x cube, and minus x cube when it is less than 0. So first of all, if we do for x greater than 0, which I take the first case, or let us write it more clearly, when x is greater than 0, right? The first case when we take, I can write it as first case. So in that, x cube is the function. What will be f dash x? That means the first order derivative. It will be 3x square, and when I find f double dash x, which is second order derivative, which is 6x. Clear? Now doing the second case, just to see in the second case, we will have minus x cube when x is less than 0. So f of x is minus x cube. What will be f dash x? Minus 3x square, and f double dash x will be minus of 6x. So we see both the values we have. Now we will be checking the differentiability at equal to 0. Correct? So now this is our f of x, right? I am writing it as f of x. What about f dash x? F dash value are 3x square and minus 3x square. 3x square came when x is greater than equal to 0, and minus 3x square when x is less than 0. Clear? So now we will find the differentiability by calculating LHD, RHD of the function. In LHD and RHD, you have to take these as the function. When taking 0 minus, you will be taking minus 3x square. Taking 0 plus, you will be taking 3x square, because now we're not checking for this, right? We're checking for the differentiability part, that this exists or not. Correct? So we are going to take this as the function, find LHD, RHD, and it will only be differentiable if LHD, RHD and the function value at 0 are equal. Clear? So you know f dash 0 will be 0 itself. That you know. So LHD and RHD should also come 0 when you solve this. You know the formula for LHD and RHD that we have already given you in the previous question, and we have done many questions based on this. So just find out LHD, RHD and f dash 0. You know it is 0. If they come equal, then we can say that f double dash x, the second order derivative, exists for this function. Now let us discuss one last question. There are two more questions, not the last one. So let us start with question number 19. In question number 19, we have to use here mathematical induction. We have already done this in class 11th. Yeah, principle of mathematical induction we have already done. So for 1 we will prove, then for k we will assume, and k plus 1 we will prove using the value of k. So just to see here, for n equals 1, you will write d by dx of x to the power 1 equals, n is 1 here, right? 1 into x to the power 1 minus 1. d by dx of x is 1 equals 1 into x to the power 0. Anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So you see LHL and LHS equal to RHS. Hence it is true. Correct. So it is true for 1. Let n equal to k is true. Correct. So we'll assume that it is true. This expression is true for n equals k. So what we are going to get? D by dx of x to the power k equals k into x to the power k minus 1. Now let us assume this is second equation. Earlier was the first equation. Now I am going to prove it for k plus 1 using this value of x to the power k. Let us do that on a separate sheet. So we'll write d by dx of x to the power k plus 1. Clear? That can be written as d by dx of x to the power k into x. Using the product rule here, we can write it as d by dx of x to the power k, when x is, we are taking x as it is, we are differentiating x to the power k, plus x to the power k as it is, d by dx of x. Just to see here, we know this value, right? We are not differentiating actually, we are taking the value from here, right? It is k into x to the power k minus 1. K into x to the power k minus 1 into x to the power here is 1 plus x to the power k, because differentiation of x is 1. Now you see k x to the power, as both the bases are same, we will add the powers plus x to the power k. You see we are just left with x to the power k here, right? Plus x to the power k. X to the power k we can take common, and then we have here k plus 1. Clear? Hence it is true for k plus 1 also, because when we put this in the first expression, just to see here, if here we put, right, what should we get? D by dx of x to the power k plus 1. What should we get it as the answer? K plus 1 into x to the power k plus 1 minus 1, which is x to the power k only, and this is the only expression that we have got at last, right? Hence we have proved it using mathematical induction. Now there is one last question, which is question number 21. It is 23, right? Oh, okay. Here see, y equals to e to the power a cos inverse x, right? We have to show 1 minus x square into the second order derivative minus x into the first order derivative minus a square y equals 0. So let us differentiate it first. dy by dx equals, now you know it is e a to the power cos inverse x. So it will be remaining same, but in the answer do we have that? So let us just differentiate, because we have y in the expression and this is equal to y. So e to the power anything will remain as same, a cos inverse x. Then you will do for a cos inverse x, where a will remain as it is, and cos inverse x, the differentiation will be minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Let us multiply both the sides with under root 1 minus x square. We will get under root 1 minus x square. Dy by dx equals a into e to the power a cos inverse x. Differentiating it again, we get under root 1 minus x square as it is, right? Differentiating it, we will get d square y by dx square plus then dy by dx as it is, and differentiation of 1 minus x square under root will be 1 divided by 2 under root of 1 minus x square, and of 1 minus x square it will be minus of 2x. So you see 2 and 2 getting cancelled. We have minus here. Equals a as it is, e to the power a cos inverse x, right, into a as it is, cos inverse x, it is minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Now solving further, we have under root 1 minus x square into second order derivative minus x upon under root 1 minus x square dy by dx equals a square e to the power a cos inverse x, here we have minus under root 1 minus x square. Clear? One more thing, we had a minus sign here, right? While multiplying only this is cancelled, so we have negative sign along with us, so at last it will become a plus sign, this minus and this minus sign. So now multiplying the complete equation with 1 minus x square under root. See, here it will become 1 minus x square. So I'm writing it here only so that you can match the answers from here. We will get 1 minus x square into the second order derivative. Correct. minus x, 1 minus under root, and in under root we have 1 minus x square. We'll multiplying with the same thing, we will just be left with x dy by dx. And on the another side we have a square. This is what? Y only. So I'm replacing it with y, and this will get cancelled up. So see, we have proved it as equal to what they were asking to. So this is how you are going to shift the terms or do something according to the part which is to be proved, right? Just based on that, go with the differentiation and you are all set to go with. Now we have completed chapter number 5. So what your homework is now, you will complete exercise miscellaneous in your notebooks plus its examples you are going to do. Also on Monday you will get one summary lecture. Go through that summary lecture well. Complete this chapter. On Sunday and Saturday you have. On Tuesday there will be a test of the chapter, so be prepared. So that's all for today. Thank you so much.